everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ajwa and I hope this video finds you well. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. And to all my returning subscribers, as I always say, thank you so much. I appreciate the love and the support. So a couple of months ago, there was this tag known as the Extreme Perfume tag created by Jaxbeautifulyou and Veronica Says, who are phenomenal fragrance reviewers here on YouTube. I watch their videos, I love them. And the tag video, it has gone around a bit, and I've seen a lot of those videos which are very, very interesting. So today I just want to tag myself and do this video for you. There are 14 questions in total, and this will sort of let people know a little about my perfume choices, my perfume journey, like what really I like, what I would choose for which occasions and what. So there are 14 interesting questions and I have them here on my phone, so I'll just go through them. I've prepared my response and I hope you do enjoy this video. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not. So the very first question was, what was the best blind buy of the year? In this case, I think I'm going to go with 2022 because 2023 just started and I haven't really bought like that much fragrance or many fragrances at all. So I'll go with 2022. And for my best blind buy of 2022, I'm going to go with the perfume Arabians by Montal. It was a total blind buy, but upon first spray, before I even picked it up, I read about it. The notes sounded like I would really be interested in them because it said it was vineyardy with some musk and some woodsy background and oud, which I love. So when I really got it and I got the first spray, it was like love at first sniff. I really enjoyed this fragrance, and for the short period that I have got this fragrance, I've got a bit of compliments on it. So I think I was right in getting this fragrance. I really, really love it. It's one of my favorite fragrances in my stash as we speak. So this is my favorite blind buy for the year 2022, Arabians by Montal. The next question that was asked was, what was your worst blind buy of the year? That fragrance, I think I have two fragrances in this category. I will talk about Opulent Red and then by Latafa, and then Fakar Oud, also by I think it's by Latafa or Ad Azafran. I'll just check and be sure about that. But Opulent Red and Fakar Oud, those, Opulent Red was not a total blind buy. I had tried it a couple of times and I don't know, I didn't like it, but something just said maybe if I pick up a full bottle and use it, well, I might enjoy it. But I did and I really hated it. So that is one. And then Fakar Oud is like a fragrance I will personally never recommend, to anyone. People say they love it, which I respect, but for me personally, that fragrance didn't work for me, and it didn't work for me. So I will consider it my worst blind buy. Also, I have decluttered both fragrances, Fakar Oud and Opulent Red, because I will really not use it even if I keep it in my collection. So I've gifted the Opulent Red to a friend and I've left the Fakar Oud with my mom. Probably I'll just find someone and ask her to give it to the person, but for now I'll just give it to someone. The next question is, what is your favorite perfume of all time? This one, I didn't really have to think much about it because this fragrance I love, like I really love, and it is no other than Alexandria II by Xerjoff. Like this is like musky, woody, Middle Eastern sort of vibes, very refined, the most elegant fragrance in my collection. Like I will not even lie about it. This is my favorite fragrance of all time because it has all the elements of fragrance that I love, like some musk, some oud. It is so smooth, so ladylike, so gentlemanly, very unisex fragrance. It's a love for me, and I think if God permits and I'm able to get well into this whole fragrance thing, I will still keep this and always have this in my collection. So that is my favorite fragrance of all time. The next question that was asked was number 4. What would be your signature scent? Currently, I do not have one particular, as most people said in this tag. But if I should go with a fragrance that also has elements of things that I enjoy, I think I will go with Ajwa by Latafa. I wear this, most of the time, even on daily basis, I should say. Like anytime I'm home, I just sort of spritz 1 or 2 on myself because I love Ajwa. I really, really love this fragrance. This one is from Latafa or by Latafa. It's fruity, musky, sort of sensual fragrance, and it had this metallic note to it, but it's one of those fragrances that you need to allow time to work on it, because after, I think I've had it for 7, 8, 9 months now, and I no longer smell that sort of metallic notes that I used to. It is now smoother, it is like macerated, and it's now better. So if I should choose one fragrance I wear most of the time, I think it's going to be, or my signature scent, which I do not have, but if I'm pushed to really choose, that I think I'll choose Ajwa, because I use it most of the time, when I have it on me, and it's a pretty girl scent too. I love it. So that would be my signature scent if I'm supposed to choose one. Then the 5th question will be, what would you choose for your wedding day scent? And this question, I don't know, but personally, I don't think I'm someone who would want to have any like big wedding ceremony. I've never dreamed of a big gown, pageantry. I've never been that kind of girl. So if I would ever get married, I think it's going to be such an intimate ceremony. Preferably, if I get opportunity to choose, I don't think I would have more than 20 people at my marriage ceremony, all things being equal. I want such an intimate ceremony for a wedding or marriage ceremony. And for that, although I like my spicy, opulent, sort of fragrances, I think one that I will go for my wedding, such an intimate ceremony, I've thought really about it, and I think I'll go with Juliet Has a Gun, Not a Perfume. This one is like an intimate, musky, woody scent, As the name implies, this is really not a perfume, It is a molecular sort of, creation, which is supposed to enhance your body chemistry and make your skin smell better. But I've grown to really love this fragrance, and I think if I should get any form of marriage ceremony in this current state, I would choose Juliet Has a Gun, Not a Perfume. That would be my fragrance of choice if I should ever get a wedding or any marriage ceremony. So that is my choice for that purpose. The next question here is, what is your favorite date night scent? And I think this one was also quite easy for me to choose. That would be Maison Margiela's Jazz Club. This is very captivating, very sexy, very sensual. It is quite spicy, and I love everything about it. So on date nights, when I want to just pull out my, big girl moves and be sexy for my date, this is the one that I tend to go for. You don't have to even overspray this one because it's quite potent. So Jazz Club is one that I chose as my date night go-to scent. The next question here is, what is the most hated perfume of all time? I think I have to go with Fakar Oud, that same perfume that I spoke about as my one of my West blind buy for the year. I think I'll just say it is my West perfume of all time, or till this day. That's it. So the next question here is, what is the West bottle in your collection? This one is a fragrance I've had for years. I hardly even pull it out but this is Avon's Incandescent Glow. To me, it doesn't match with anything I have in my collection. It is such an odd, color, like this blue. I have other blue packages, but for some reason I really don't like the whole thing. Like, it doesn't really blend well with most of my fragrances, and to me, that is what I'll consider my worst bottle. Maybe it's not that bad, but that is what I'll consider my worst bottle in my collection. So we move on to number 9, and that will be, what's your favorite bottle in your collection? This one, it's from FA Paris, called Lumin, which is a dupe for Creed Aventus Cologne. It is a very beautiful fragrance, a bit masculine, but I love it, and the bottle is just elegant. I like the simplicity of it. I like it feels like gold, it's like black with a touch of gold, and I love it. It's like not out there, but I don't know, it's appealing to me. So I think I'll choose this one, Lumin by FA Paris, as my favorite bottle, because I love black. Black is one of my favorite colors, so to have it with a touch of gold, this is top class for me when it comes to bottles. And but this is my favorite bottle in my collection. Then the next question here is that would be the 10th question. What is the most expensive perfume that you paid for? Without any doubt, that is going to be Alexandria II by Xerjoff, and this is 100 ml, so you can just imagine. And somehow, unfortunately, I paid full price for this, so it was expensive, but I loved it that much, and I really wanted to get it, so I got it. So that is Alexandria II by Xerjoff. Is my most expensive that I paid for. And the least expensive fragrance, number 11, that would be Al Rehab's Choco Mask. I think it costs about $4, so I mean, it's the least expensive fragrance in my collection, but I love this fragrance as well. It's a beautiful vanilla, choco fragrance. So that is my least expensive fragrance. Number 12, what is your most complimented perfume of all time? My most complimented perfume of all time, for the 3rd time, is Alexandria II by Xerjoff. Surprise! I don't know, like this one, I get compliments upon compliments anytime I wear it. It is so elegant, so beautiful. I never, have any regrets paying full price for this bottle at the time I got it, because I really wanted it. I loved it. I still love it, and I think it's one of my favorites of all time. So if it gives me compliments, deservingly so. So that is my most complimented fragrance of all time. Then number 13 will be, what is the most nostalgic perfume in your collection? For this, I think I have two. I think I'm going to go with Acqua di Gio by Armani. It's nostalgic for me because it's one of the fragrances I deeply fell in love with, when I started my whole fragrance thing. It was one that I consider love at first sniff. I loved it, when I sampled it, for the first time about 3 years ago. At that time I was not ready to buy it, but I sampled it and I always had it in mind. I was like, I need to have this, I need to have it, and I got it. So it means so much to me. Then I have one that I'll also call sentimental or nostalgic, which is French Coffee by Al Rehab. This to me is one of the earlier Middle Eastern fragrances I ever bonded over with my daughter. When I got this, that was when I had gotten into the whole Middle Eastern fragrance thing, and when I brought it home, she smelled it, she loved it, and we would always talk about this. So I remember her reaction to this fragrance, and that reaction she had, I will forever remember it. So whenever I see this or I put this one on her, it takes me back to that moment when she smelled it with me, and I think we created a memory that I will forever cherish. So that would be like something I consider a nostalgic fragrance in my collection. Then we move on to number 14. What is the most offensive perfume in your collection? I think this one is Adam Levine for Hair. It is not offensive to me, but I remember when I got it, and I got it, it was a gift, like that whole gift set sort of thing with the 100 ml. So I still have the 100 ml, but it's with my mom. So this is the bottle I have. But the 100, when I started using it, I think the first time I used it, you know, my dad hated it so much. He reacted to it, you know, he was gagging. He was like, what the hell have you put on? You know, he was almost to the point of throwing up, you know. So it threw him off entirely, and till this day I cannot wear this around him. So if I want to wear this, and you know, I have to get outside the house before I can wear it. And for the 100 ml that I have, I've used the hell out of that fragrance, you know, because I personally love it, but for some reason it was offensive to my dad, you know. And I think that is the worst reaction to any fragrance I've ever had, you know, because he was gagging. He was like, what was that? And I had to get out of the house, you know, just so he would feel a bit relieved. So I consider this my worst or most offensive fragrance because of the reaction it had. But to me, I love it. So that is all I have when it comes to these 14 questions. So thank you so much. I hope this video was, you know, entertaining or good enough for you to enjoy. If you are not subscribed yet, please do and help this channel out. We are growing and I need your help as always. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for being here again. And I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.